Welcome to the Jason Mitchell Show. We're your hosts this week. My name is Camila Pino. I'm an agent here in Austin with the Jason Mitchell Group.
I am Cody Wickham, also an agent here in Austin.
And I'm a realtor here in Austin as well. My name is Leah Sanchez.
Yeah, this week we want to talk to you guys about
the Austin market.
Yeah, why should you buy now?
Yes.
And we got lots of thoughts about that, right, guys? So
yes, it's a great time to buy, you guys.
Yeah. So what we're seeing, I've been in the game for a minute. What I'm seeing here is the market's starting to take off again. So we're gone are the day. I shouldn't say gone, but they're disappearing rapidly. Where, as an agent, I'm able to fight for you in terms of the sales price, the concessions, whether or not we have the seller pay for your home warranty, all these things, the title costs, right?
Yeah.
So when the market went down around springtime of this year, coming into summer, it really kind of turned down. The media had a flare up about interest rates. Interest rates shot from 4 to 8. People got scared, and sticker shock froze people.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is starting to loosen up, and what we're seeing is buyers are coming back around. If you go back and you look at the applications of buyers and people that are actually getting serious about submitting applications for, not people window shopping, people legitimately raising their hand and
big
saying,
difference, right?
Look, I'm actually ready to talk to somebody and see what number can I get approved for.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that there's that's coming back, and I think that if you've been on the market, if you've been on the fence over the last 90 to 120 days and you miss this shot, you are going to kick yourself in the butt. I mean, because we're going to be back, and I'm going to be calling you as your agent and say, look, you got to go $25,000 over, and you got to waive everything. You got to waive contingencies. You got to waive your option period.
Or you're going to wait forever until something pops up till you don't have to wait, right?
Exactly.
Buyers have more opportunity than ever now.
They do.
Yeah,
they really do.
It's true. It's true. And another thing we're seeing too, with that, I've seen a lot of people make the case for, well, I don't need a realtor, right? Right now the market's slow. Oh, the market's really slow right now. I can just do it myself. I can negotiate myself.
Yeah.
And with that comes a lot of issues, right? Because this is the biggest purchase of your life.
Yeah.
And if you're doing that by yourself, experienced sellers can walk all over you. And instead of offering you the contingencies and all the things that a realtor can get you, then they're going to destroy you. And
a lot of buyers don't know that. They don't know that they could buy down their interest. They don't know that the seller can offer incentives.
Yeah.
Hire an agent, buying or selling. If you're a buyer, there's no reason not to have an agent.
Yeah.
None.
So
we are
let's
free
talk
to
about
you.
that. Yeah. So as a buyer, what are the pros of having an agent? What would you guys say, based on experience?
My fiduciary is to you. My job is to get you the absolute best deal you can get, and it doesn't cost you a dime.
Yeah.
The list, my commission, I'm getting paid out of the listing, the net proceeds.
Yes.
That listing brokerage is the one paying my commission. I am absolutely free to you. So on the buy side, use an agent. Use an agent.
A big value that realtors add is the time, right? Time's a precious thing.
Yes.
You can't get it back.
Yes.
And what I tell my clients, I have some clients right now that I'm working with, and they keep sending me, what about this one? Let's see this one. Let's see that one. Let's see that one. And they're always like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to be taking your time. I'm so sorry to be taking you from your family. I'm like, this is my job. Yeah. This is why I'm here. This is not about you taking my time, because if it wasn't for you taking my time, then I wouldn't have business. This is what I chose.
Yeah, exactly.
So don't feel bad.
Yeah.
But the other side of it is I also see buyers saying hey, I can negotiate more for the seller to drop the price more if I'm not working with a realtor, because then they don't have to pay you. But then if that seller is being represented by a realtor, right? Then that realtor is just pocketing 6%.
But yeah. It's a way, honestly, to pad your bottom as a seller. It's a way to pad your net proceeds, for sure. Absolutely. It's simple math. The truth is that the legalities and the liability that you're opening yourself up to for not using somebody that's trained and knows how to do this, you're just settling yourself short.
Definitely.
I mean, it's a proven statistic. I don't know the exact number, but homes represented, and not just the contract legalities, the marketing. I know who to talk to. The first thing I do when I get a prospective seller talking to me about selling their home is I run it through my database. I run it through okay, do I have a client that matches that wants that?
Because that would be awesome, right? You don't even put it on the market.
Absolutely.
It's quick.
And then and if I can make it a win-win quick deal for everybody, we all win, right?
Absolutely.
But if that's not the case, then I have tried and true networks that I trust. I got investors that I know. I got, from being in the industry for so long, I got my own group of people where I can go out and I can market your home and get it sold quickly at top dollar.
Yeah.
And that's my goal.
Done.
You can't do, and I'm not trying to, maybe you're a savvy investor and you're a savvy buyer, but you can't do it like I do.
General
because
people,
I do
right?
this every single day.
Every single day. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So a lot of times I've had this conversation with a friend. They're like, hey, realtors are it's a profession from the past, right? It's not gonna last, and we're seeing the end of it. Obviously, this conversation was last year when we had some
COVID.
Online people that were some online platforms that were trying to make it so user-friendly that realtors were not necessary.
Yes.
Basically, right now we're seeing them turning around. They're letting people off
50% of their workforce.
Real estate.
And they're getting rid of houses.
When Zillow was doing their Zillow offers thing, they were losing so much money a month. They came in an overinflated market.
Yeah.
Real estate is always going to be a people business, no matter what. I feel like you definitely need.
Can we talk about that? Let's have a very honest discussion.
Oh, let's go.
Because this is
Cody
one
got
of
fired
my
up.
pet peeves.
Cody got fired up.
At the end of the day, we're all realtors. We're on the same team.
Yeah.
We're all chewing from the same bone, which is the American housing market.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I sit across from you, and we might be, fighting for our clients. But at the end of the day, we all have realtor at the end of our name. I am so sick and tired of agents taking $3 million. I don't even care if the house is $500,000 and using iPhone pictures. Stop it.
Oh.
Knock it off. You're making yourself look bad. You're making the rest of us look bad that do this and take a lot of pride in it.
Yeah.
And you are the reason that these people are going to Redfin, are going to Open Door, are going because they
figured I could do it myself.
Make no doubt about this. When you go to the closing table, right, it shows everything.
Yes.
It shows the proceeds to the agent. It shows proceeds to the listing agent, and it shows the proceeds to the seller.
Yeah.
Okay. If they're looking at that number and they're like, you just made $18,000 on this
with your
sale,
iPhone,
and you took iPhone photos.
Yeah.
Come on.
I would be pissed.
Oh my! I just saw a $4 million listing on Lake Travis.
No.
That's been on for 267 days.
No.
iPhone
with iPhone photos.
No.
And I'm like, what are you doing?
Call Lake Travis person, whoever you are. We're here for you.
I straight up reached out to that agent. And I'm like, can I buy your photos for you? Just let me pay for the package.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, you're
because
amazing.
he's making us. That's
Cody
my
thing.
neck of the woods.
Cody thing. Yeah.
He was like, "No, this is a family friend." Blah 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 blah. And I was like, "I don't care."
Especially if it's a family friend, you treat friends like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Your clients.
Then let's be real about this because you're talking about buyer psychology now, right? They see that house sitting, and it had wonderful views. It's right off Comanche.
Oh my gosh.
So beautiful views overlooking Sometimes Island out on Lake Travis. Absolutely stunning, right?
It's gonna
with iPhone photos.
It's gonna sit on the market.
So the perceived value is just sitting there, and somebody's like, "Oh, something's wrong with that. Something's wrong with that." So then now you're taking away the value of every other house on that street or in that area with the same type.
Yeah.
It's just
you're not doing your job.
Do your dang job. Sorry.
Yeah.
Do your job. I get so frustrated. It drives me insane. Call up Twist Tours, have them come out there for $300 and do the photos.
Yeah.
Spend the money.
Yeah.
It's just driving me crazy.
It's true. And that's something like so simple, right?
Yes.
And it's something that people are like, okay, but I could do that myself. I could hire a professional photographer. Okay, do you know which photos are going to sell your house?
Mm-hmm.
Which type of editing should be done to the photos? Mm-hmm. How to properly stage your house? Do you know? And some people might say, yeah, I do. I'm actually a designer. Okay, great. still goes back to the legality thing
Yeah.
that you've said before. So still it goes back to
Yeah, but how do you even, if you're a designer and you have your own style, how do you know that's what buyers are looking for?
That's what buyers
'Cause
are
they're
looking
not.
for. Exactly.
They're looking for
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit of furniture and some pops of color in a room, and then they want to see blank walls.
Open
They
space.
want to be able to be like, man, I have a really
Imagine
cool painting
their
that would go
life
right. Exactly.
in the
So if you got
house.
a designer
Yes.
that's just too much, you're
Exactly.
you're beating yourself
Which
up.
I actually saw. It's funny because short-term rentals are a huge thing right now,
Yes.
right? It's an oversaturated market, and I'm a part of that pond, so I'm feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling it, and I have some clients that are like, "Find me a property. I want to get started on short-term rentals," and I almost want to tell them like, "Hey, it's a tough market right now," but
Mm-hmm.
nonetheless, like if you look at like any short-term rental website, you see those pictures
Yeah.
and you see those houses. If you don't want to pay to stay in those houses, no one would pay to buy that either.
Right.
So think about your house when you go to sell
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's one way
Yeah.
to look at it. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, an experienced seller is an experienced seller.
Yeah,
and they
absolutely.
will walk
Yes.
all over you because
they
it's
will.
business.
Yeah.
Right? Who has the upper hand?
Yeah.
Working with a realtor, you have that safety that someone is looking after you. And yes, not all realtors are made equal, but we all have
Your best
Our-
interest.
your
in
best
mind.
interest. We should
that's
have
why
that
we're
best
here.
And also, I'm not going to fluff you. If
No,
I'm
no.
coming to your house and you're telling me your house is worth $600,000,
But it's
and
worth
I'm looking at
300.
comps and I'm showing 475,
Ooh, we're not going to
I'm not listing your damn house at 600.
No.
We got you.
No, I'm not. One, I respect you too much, and I respect myself too much.
Yes.
I ain't gonna waste your time. I'm not letting my houses sit on market and rack up days and rack up days and rack
Yeah.
up. I'm not doing it.
No, that
so
would
you
suck.
go
That
ahead
would
and
suck
go
for
find another
everyone.
agent. Actually, go through 2 or 3 agents. They're gonna tell you what you want to hear to get the listing.
Someone
Everybody
will,
likes that.
right?
I want to get your house sold. So whenever you strike out with them, come back to me.
There
I'll be
you go.
ready for you.
There you go. And that's another thing too, because for one thing that I learned real quick, and Cody is our veteran who is actually a veteran. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, absolutely.
But one thing that I learned real quick is I don't know. I'm not convinced yet that every client is for everyone.
Absolutely.
I don't think that.
Absolutely.
I don't think that. And
No.
I think that's a question people should ask their realtors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you interview a realtor, when you go for a buyer consultation, a seller consultation, which if you're not doing that, you're starting in the wrong way already.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go for a buyer or seller consultation, it's an interview both ways.
100%.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's like if you're interviewing for a job, but then again, like people quit their jobs like nothing.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm assuming people don't even know how to interview for a job. But when you go to those consultations, you're looking at it both ways. Do I want to work with you, and do you want to work with me?
Right.
And you should ask that question. Hey, do you think every client is for every realtor?
No.
Because if they
Absolutely
tell you
not.
yes,
I've fired clients. I've straight up fired clients. 100%.
I think any diligent realtor has, right?
You have. I mean,
You have to.
There comes a point where it's like you're just not worth my
Yeah,
sanity
there definitely
anymore.
Yeah,
has
it's
to be
the
respect
sanity.
on both
Yeah.
ends. Especially
Yeah.
You're
like
bored.
realtors, we do so much for our clients too, you know, like with the whole photography, the marketing, all of that, the whole aspect of putting it, syndicating to multiple websites and, you know, giving you the insights and stuff. So yeah, we definitely, you know, I definitely feel like, you know, mutual respect on both parties ends. I feel like we need that too. But yeah,
I encourage,
not
like when
all
I go,
realtors are the same.
When I go on listing consultations, I encourage the people I'm talking to talk to other people. I
Yeah.
want them to.
You should.
Go,
And
go
as
see
they
who you
should.
click with.
Yeah.
You know, but like my thing is like I'm kind of like Rain Man. I have like this memory that just doesn't go away. Right? So I just like when I start picking up on cues, right? Like I was telling her today that I met with this lady and she's like the nicest lady. But I felt some anguish in her body about coming into the holidays and having the home on the market because she hadn't seen her granddaughter in 4 years and she was coming into town. And I was like, when I list your house, not if, when I list your house, I'm going to make sure that all of my pictures, everything I'm doing and the timing of going on the market, holding your house open, none of that is going to interfere with your time with that little girl.
Yeah.
We're going to
Done.
make, and I'm telling you, like I was telling, like I left there
Have
and they're
one more
like,
over.
they had gotten burned by an agent.
That
And they're
sucks.
like, we really appreciate your time, but we're going to take our time in this process. We're going to interview 4 more people. By the time I got home, my phone was ringing. They're like, we're just going to go with you. We're just going to make this
that's
happen.
awesome.
You know, it had been on the market for 100 days. It was highly overpriced. It just wasn't marketed
Oh, no.
correctly. Brought it in, got it under contract in 18 days.
Wow.
And that's because
amazing.
you paid attention to their needs.
I paid attention to their needs and I marketed it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know why these I just think that like
People think
It's
you
all
just put it in the MLS.
yeah, put it in the
and
MLS.
it's gonna sell.
This
This is not 2021, right?
Follow up is the name of the game in every aspect of being a realtor.
Yeah.
It's when you're soliciting clients, it's the name of the game once you submitted an offer, trying to show that listing agent, like, hey, I'm
Absolutely.
legit. My client's
Yeah.
legit. What do we need to do?
Yeah.
I can't tell you how
What's
many
next?
multiple offers I've won. We weren't necessarily the highest price. It's because
you're diligent.
I kept on that agent. I was like, what do you need from us? How can
Yeah.
I always have my lender follow up with a call and say, hey, these
Yep.
people are locked and ready to go. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know, like follow up is the name of the game in everything in
Yeah.
this industry. Everything.
Everything,
If
yeah.
I ever have a client come to me first and ask me like, hey, what's the status on this? I go red. I'm like, oh, my bad. I screwed
We
that
haven't
up.
done
And that
our
never
job.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the market we just came out of, right, which was
Yes.
insane. I bought my first home in that market.
Oh my God.
So I suffered, you guys.
Oh, man.
We had 9 offers rejected. We were getting ready to buy a home for years, and this is where you see, like, man, we go through it too, right?
Yes.
We go through
Yeah.
it too. But we were getting ready for years. Both my husband and I have always been self-employed, and we were getting ready to buy our first home. It was a huge deal, and we had our first son, and I was pregnant with our second, and we hit the market. And when we got approved, our lender was like, hey, this will buy you an amazing amount of house. But then the market went crazy. That was
Yeah.
literally March 2021
Yes.
when I got the
Wow.
approval. That's when it went crazy,
Yeah.
right? And literally 2 weeks later, that money was worth like nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It went from like, you could buy something that's like, I don't know, 3,000 something square feet to
you better start looking
1,600
at
square feet.
duplexes.
Yeah, duplexes. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Move
it was
on up,
crazy.
move on north,
And
keep moving north.
I think
Yeah.
that's therein. Looping back to our first point that we started with, that's coming again.
It's coming again.
It's coming again.
You guys
Yeah.
think
And
so?
it's coming
Absolutely.
right now. I think
Absolutely.
this spring, I think as we get into the spring market, it is going to go quick.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not going to be
I would say
with
Q3.
2.5% interest, and it's
I don't
not
think-
all these great things, but I don't think it'll be a perfect storm coming out of COVID was. But
Yeah.
I really think that like we're coming back into it, and if you don't jump on board now,
Yeah.
you are going to get left in the dust. You're going to miss the boat.
Yeah.
And we're going to be having this conversation in 6 months, and you're going to be like, you were right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna be
yeah,
left
yeah.
in
I
that
I can't
situation.
tell you how many people, were sitting on the fence coming out of COVID, all these apartment dwellers, and then all of a sudden you got all these people working remote, and they
Yeah.
need more space. They need more space, and they waited, and they waited.
Or
and they
people with
waited.
reload packages that were
and they
waiting.
waited, and then it was like,
Not going to happen.
I want to see this
Now
house at
they're still
450.
waiting.
But it's coming again.
But-
I just won a multiple offer last week in Steiner Ranch. It's the first time I'd had a multiple offer.
offers are coming
Yeah.
again. Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that a lot too. So another thing that I'm seeing is, so I don't think it's going to be that crazy like it was, but
Maybe similar.
it will be similar, and we do have higher prices.
Yeah.
And so not only that, we have to think of the reality of our market. I don't like generalizing stuff, and that's where sometimes like I get frustrated with real estate, honestly, because people are like, there's a crash coming, and it's like this
Yeah.
whole
No.
it's gonna crash, we're
Everybody
going
expects
down.
us to predict
It's
the
not
market,
coming.
but
It's
we
never going to
can't.
happen.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing. You live in Austin,
Yeah.
Texas.
Yes. I mean, we're
statistically.
If you look at everything from 2008, we dipped in 2008 and came right back. And Austin's its
We
own
dipped
baby.
how much?
Not very much. Very
we dipped 2.8%, if I'm not mistaken.
quick and came right back.
And came right back. Within 2 months, we were already above where we were when it dipped.
Right. So
In
not
2
only are
months,
we
it
sitting
fully
in Austin,
recovered.
which is insulated,
Yeah.
but the lending
completely different.
there's no subprime lending going on.
No.
There's no. There is bankruptcies are. I mean, they're not.
No,
it's nothing
not
like it
even
used
close.
to be. It's nothing like it used to
and
be.
then, but this is what I get frustrated is that when people that live in Austin or moving to Austin, they're like, "Well, I don't want to buy now because a crash is coming." I'm like, "Okay, honey,
Well, you don't
I
know
lived in
that.
Miami in 2008. We crashed and burned
Yeah.
like hot."
So let's have that conversation.
Yeah.
I'm your realtor. You're the buyer. I want to wait. For what?
For what?
For what? You want to go spend $2,300 a month to live in an apartment for the next year?
Yeah.
Do that math. And then tell me
And
how
then-
much. What's your ROI on that?
What are the requirements?
0%.
What are the requirements for living in an apartment?
Yeah,
you
you
need to
gotta-
make three times
Exactly.
the rent.
You can't.
You gotta have 620 minimum credit score.
Your mortgage payment could literally be like what you're paying as rent.
100%.
Yeah,
It's going to be.
Plus the credit requirement's about the same to
Exactly.
qualify.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yes.
or else you have to give a bigger down payment. Hello,
Yeah.
same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
Right?
have like the money to pay for rent, if you're paying $2,000 for rent, might
and then
as well
people don't
just
even
buy.
understand too.
Yeah.
If you're truly on the fence, there's down payment assistance.
Yeah.
There's T-Shack. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so much. There's so many programs
So
out there
let's
to
talk
get
about
you
that
in a home.
because that's what happened
Especially
to us,
now
right?
more than
so
ever.
we were on the market 2021. We hit the market in March. That's when we got our pre-approval from our lender.
Mm-hmm.
9 offers rejected. 9, guys. I was pregnant.
That's
I'm
emotional.
telling you, I
That's
don't know
so
how.
emotional. I
draining.
hated
I don't
calling
know
my
how I
clients
did
and
that.
saying, "Hey, our offer was
It was
$75,000 over, and we still
Especially
didn't."
if they were
Yes.
in love
So,
with the house.
Yeah, and it's your first home, you know,
That's hard.
and I'm like, okay,
Going
September,
through
my
that is-
baby's gonna be born. I got to be out of
I gotta
this
start
house.
nesting.
We were leasing,
Yeah.
and we were leasing, and we had to be out by July.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is March. We had to be out by July. I'm like, this is crazy. What is happening? What are we gonna do? And so, long story short, we ended up buying a new build in Hutto. That's when we went to that market. Currently, Hutto is the biggest, the fastest growing city for families because
agree.
affordability there
It's
is
insane
still,
out there. Yeah, it's still
very
very good.
affordable.
Yeah.
And you're not as far as like Killeen, where you only
Right.
have like 35 to get down, to Austin. You have 130, you have 35, you 79. Pray that just 79 needs.
It'll get better.
It needs help.
It's good.
It needs help.
With
There's
that Samsung
plans. There are
facility coming in
plans.
Taylor, they're
2026.
gonna have to.
There's some
seriously
amazing
juice up that
plans,
corridor.
yeah. But here's what we did. We qualified for down payment assistance. We paid 0 out of pocket. 0.
Down payment, 0?
0
Yeah.
at the
No
closing
way.
table. And the escrow money that we put in, they gave it back to us
Heck yeah.
because there was a surplus
Wow.
in payment.
Yeah.
So then, fast forward, we bought our second house the end of last year, right?
Mhm.
And guess what? There were so many concessions. There were so many things that the builder was offering and that I was able to negotiate on our behalf.
Yeah.
Guess how much we paid to get in the house?
How much?
0.
Yes.
0.
Did you sell your
Currently.
first house to get this?
No, it's
so-
leased. Now
that's
it's a
awesome.
cash cow.
That's
That's
insane.
awesome.
Look at that.
That is fantastic.
So see, people are like, "Oh, I want to be an investor. I don't know how."
The cornerstone of American wealth is real estate.
It is.
100%.
It is.
And it's
It is.
right
And
now.
I heard a quote
right
the other
now.
day. I don't know if you guys follow, not Max Lehman. What's the guy? It's Austin Mortgage guy. I can't think of his name right now, but he literally put on his Facebook the other day, time in the game beats timing up the game. And I've heard
Get in
heard
the
it- heard
game.
it-
Yeah, that's
get
true.
on base.
That's true.
You might
Just
not buy the house you want.
Oh, that's
It might
huge.
not have the yard. It might
Yes.
not have the kitchen. It might not
Yes.
have the master bathroom. Get in the damn game.
Just get in.
Get out of the
It's just
apartment
a
and stop
step.
renting.
It's
Yeah.
just
Come
one
on.
step.
Don't
Hire
settle
a
for
realtor
less.
that knows what the heck
Don't
they're
settle
doing.
Take
for
the
less.
first step.
Get on base.
Yeah.
Just got to
Start
get in the game.
saving your money.
Got to get in the game.
Yeah.
Because that leads to second base and that leads to third base. And I mean, pretty soon.
Yeah.
I came from nothing, man. I never
It's
imagined that I would
sacrifices.
own $1.2 to $1.3 million worth of real estate.
Look at
Never
that.
ever thought it ever. It's just there's so many
you
programs
did
out
it.
there to do it.
Yeah.
You got to find somebody that knows what they're doing that can walk you through it.
It can walk you through. Yeah. And honestly, what I'm finding out more and more is not all realtors are investment savvy. And that is a big thing. If your end goal is investing in realtor, when you go to buy your first home, you should be asking investment questions.
Sure.
And that's my opinion.
Absolutely.
Because there's no point in going, especially if you're single, newly married, and you go and off the bat you buy your dream home. Why? Why do that?
Yeah.
Build your way up, and as you just simply live in a house, even if you're investing in other things. So, okay, here's a scenario. I have a client. He's not from Texas, but he's a big investor, and he was posting about how he does not own a personal property yet. My first thought was, why? He owns, I don't know, thousands of units, I don't know how many apartment complexes, but he doesn't own his personal home yet.
In one of those?
No, he rents a really nice place, but nonetheless, he wants to buy his dream home when the time comes. Okay, I understand that, but you're so focused in building wealth that literally just living in a home, any builder grade home, could be building wealth for you, right? So I understand that, like, you don't need it right now because you have all these other properties. You have the tax write-off.
Yeah.
You have the equity on all these other properties. But that's one opportunity that you're missing.
Yeah.
And it's like, why leave it on the table? Why leave one stone
big
unturned?
Investors, there's some big people out there that kind of that
push for that.
Church that method.
That's true.
They really do.
I see that.
Build up make so much passive income
1,
from
2,
your
3, then
properties
me.
that they allow you to live in your home basically for free.
Yeah.
It's just
which is
what's important
I
to
understand
you.
that.
Yeah.
I do understand that, and I do believe that you should do that, but why not do both?
Yeah, I agree.
Because one goes in your business credit, the other one can go on your credit.
Especially if you could afford it.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's a matter of we're not leaving any stone unturned. We're just doing everything we can to accumulate wealth and to protect our assets.
Yeah.
And so, so
And that's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for.
Well, and I think that
we hope to help you.
If we're giving advice on how to pick realtors, you need to be with a realtor that says, hey, in 3 to 5 years, what's coming up around you? Like, has your realtor really studied the subdivision that you're looking to buy in? Do they know if a school's coming? Do they know if there's any planned roads coming? Do they understand that, like, Samsung, like, every economist will tell you right now, Eastern Williamson County is the gold mine of Texas right now because of Samsung coming in.
Yes.
It's going to blow that area up.
Listen, from that first
Taylor?
home I bought, I can see Samsung being built. Think about that.
Yeah.
When they announced Samsung, we got $60,000 in equity.
Yeah.
When they announced it.
Yeah.
When they broke ground, we got some more. And when they finish it, we're getting some more.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah, so that's my neck of the woods right there.
Yes.
I love that area. It's growing so fast.
It really is.
It's crazy. I remember
really
when
is.
homes in Hutto were like $100,000.
Right.
And that was like yesterday,
Yeah.
right? Pre-2020.
Yeah.
But yeah, so don't miss out buying the next Hutto.
Yes. Get in now, people. Get in
Get in now. If you need to live a little further.
Yep. Make the drive.
It's a sacrifice.
Make the drive. Do what you got to do. But just every single penny you put into that home, everything you put into it, you're going to get it back and then some.
Yep, that's true.
You're going to get it back and then some.
So that was our show for the day. Maybe we'll get part 2, maybe not. Stay tuned. We'll be releasing these often. And if you have any questions, feel free to find us on our social media platforms or email us on the email below. We'll see ya.